you can go for it, okay? And you can go for round two. The big difference is if you got it before, in order to get it again, you have to meet a higher level of pain, or the hardest people who've been hit the most. And basically, they're measuring that by your gross receipts or your gross revenue in the, let's say quarter two of 2020 compared to quarter two of 2019. If your gross sales drop more than 25% in either Q1, Q2, or Q3 of 2020 compared to 2019, then you can then apply for PPP round two. But some people, their businesses weren't that hurt. If you're only down 20%, you're out of luck. You're not able to get another round of PPP. So what they're trying to do now is saying, hey, listen, some people need money out there, but we're only giving it to the people who've been hurt the most by, COVID. So your sales have to have dropped at least 25%. And that's how it is. Where before in round one, you had to just say, my business has been impacted by COVID-19. And that could have been, you had to shut down your business for 2 weeks because the state, forced you to shut down. So even something like that, and you might not have been hurt really, but you're just forced to close for 1 day, 2 days, 2 weeks, you could get it. This time you've got to show a greater pain, which is that 25% reduction in gross receipts compared to 2019. And they're comparing quarter to quarter. Quarter one of 2020 versus quarter one of 2019, quarter two to quarter two, etc. So that's really the big difference in what's going on there.
Is it still highly based on payroll? So say, for example, you have a business that went down in sales, like say 50% from 2019 to 2020, but you have little to no payroll, you use contractors. Are you still eligible, or does it have to be a lot of payroll?
No, you're still eligible. It's based on payroll. Okay, so it's still based on that factor there. The big difference now is before the way the calculation worked is they would take 2.5 times your monthly payroll, and that's what you could receive. You can still get that, but there's certain sectors, certain industries that actually can get 3.5 times their monthly payroll, specifically restaurants. Okay, so here now the government is actually pointing out and trying to put more money into those severely hurt, which restaurants have been hurt, or at least in the public eye have been hurt the most. They're really out there. So that's one of the big differences. But you can also use the money. Before, the money had to be used for payroll, rent, and utilities. They've now opened that up as well. So now if you get money, you can use it obviously for those three, but you're also allowed to use it to pay operating expenses. It could be, subscriptions you have for like Microsoft Office or your accounting software package. You can use it for things like that, where people before were complaining like, hey, my sales are down, my payroll's down, I can't pay employees because I don't have them, but I have all these other expenses. Now the government's allowing you to use that money towards other expenses, other operating expenses. So although they've tightened up who gets the money, they've loosened up how you can spend the money. And that's the big difference.